good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Michael James. I am the Horror Snob, talking to you today about my fresh Frights. 4 movies coming up I'm super jacked about. We're going to run down all of them, including The Rental, Ghosts of War, Open 24 Hours, and we start off today with Relic. Not to be confused with the creature feature from about 20 years ago, starring Penelope Ann Miller, named The Relic. Relic, 2020, brand new film, gorgeous film from the look of it, and really no surprise given who's at the helm. First-time director Natalie James. You don't know her, I don't know her, let's not pretend, but if you look at her history of work, you'll see that recently, up into 2018, she was working alongside Saw alumni Leigh Whannell on a movie called Upgrade. She's got a little bit of horror chops in her, and from the look of the trailer, the look of the movie, this thing's going to be phenomenal. It's a great stepping stone for her. Couple solid horror familiar actresses in the lead roles as well, and Emily Mortimer, Bella Heathcote. Mortimer you'll know from things like Shutter Island, maybe Scream 3, Spectral, a Netflix film from 2016, and Bella Heathcote, she's got some stuff a little more recent in Neon Demon, Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, and CBS TV show Strange Angel. That thing was awesome if you didn't catch a look at it. Go check it out. Getting back to the topic at hand, this movie called Relic coming out this week. This thing looks phenomenal. It's got that dark, gritty, disgusting feel to it that is a little bit reminiscent of things like Saw. And I mean early Saw, like the first one. Not that Jigsaw bullshit we all had to suffer through about a year ago. No, I'm talking old school Saw, the original. James Wan, Leigh Whannell, the movies they put together, Insidious, things of that nature. This has that sort of dark, deep feel to it with maybe a little more dirt stacked on top. Produced by Senor Donnie Darko himself, Jake Gyllenhaal, this thing should be a phenomenal film. An absolutely epic scarefest. And I would doubt that it's going to disappoint at all. Go check it out. Relic, coming out later this week, opens on the 3rd, video on demand, digital, and theaters where they're open. A 2-week hiatus before we get to number 2 on our list, scheduled for July 17th, it's Ghosts of War. Now, this thing technically has already been out for a month, but only exclusively to DirecTV people. If you have DirecTV, you've had a chance to watch this film. Tell us what you think. Drop a dime in our comments area and let us know what you thought of the film, because the rest of us goons who aren't so fortunate, we've had to wait it out an extra month. Given what I've seen of the trailer, that extra month might prove to be well worth it, because this thing looks all kinds of levels of fucked up. It kicks off with a bunch of American soldiers during World War II hiding out in this mad crypt. Big ass mansion in the middle of nowhere, just trying to hang low and stay off the radar of the Nazis in that area. Now, they epic fail in that regard, hold their own from what we see in the trailer, and that's when shit gets real. The group ends up finding itself face to face with all kinds of haunted, satanic insanity going on in that house. The dead coming back, and they're not happy dead. This isn't Casper the Friendly Ghost. These spirits are pissed off, and probably for good reason. If I'm those soldiers, I get the hell out of there and take my chances with the Nazis, because this thing looks like it's going to go bad, and go bad in a hurry. Written and directed by Eric Bress, who was also writer-director of 2004's The Butterfly Effect, this thing appears to be a well-scripted movie. Lots of layers to its plot and to its story. Always makes for an intriguing, engaging film, not just, hey, slash, die, final girl, the end. There's going to be a lot more depth to this film. Expect it out towards the middle of July. Eagerly anticipating this one. At number 3, it's Open 24 Hours. Now, this thing's probably going to be the most difficult of any of the 4 we're talking about today to find. Currently listed as a UK internet release. I don't know what part of the deep, dark underbelly of the interweb you're going to have to search through in order to find it. But there's no real listing as a release date for the States, for any other part of Europe, for Asia. It's UK internet listed only for July 20th. If you're able to find it, please share it with the rest of us. We'd appreciate it greatly. Put the link down below in the comment section so we can all enjoy the mass murder that is going to be Open 24 Hours. Vanessa Grace of 2017's Leatherface is our lead dog on screen, and let's hope she gets a little final girl love from the story, because this thing seems to go all bad all day for her. This movie, in a lot of ways similar to maybe things like The Void or Cabin in the Woods, has multiple horror genre elements we are all very familiar with interwoven within it. You're going to find elements of slasher, haunting, there's some psychosis, trauma, some suspense and mystery, a little bit of paranoia. It's got a lot of things to unravel. Makes for a really good flick. Very excited about this one. Fingers crossed, let's hope we can find it. That's the bigger issue right now. And lastly, July 24th, limited release on this one. It's The Rental. The director-writer, for me, is the big one on this, Dave Franco. With only a couple horror credits to his career, to his name, acting credits at that, which is what he's spent his entire career doing, dude gets behind the camera for the first time. This is his directorial debut in a feature film. He wants to dip his toes into the horror well instead. Immediate instinct, fairly, is to be a little skeptical, but after seeing the trailer for this thing, I'm telling you, I think maybe this is where he belonged the whole time. Dude seems to have a hell of an eye, and this looks like a creepy picture. Got a great cast at the helm of this thing with people like Alison Brie, Toby Huss, and even Lip Gallagher himself, Jeremy Allen White. The cast on screen, the people behind the film, Dave Franco, again, hard to say that without laughing. But look at the trailer, man. This thing looks great. And maybe a big reason why is because Dave Franco wasn't by himself in writing this thing. He had help from a dude named Joe Swanberg. Dude has some mad horror chops, having worked on several projects on multiple levels. Writing, directing, acting, producing. He's got credits in movies like VHS, Cabin Fever 2, A Horrible Way to Die, and You're Next. Speaking of You're Next, this thing feels like the bastard stepchild of The Strangers and You're Next. And probably for good reason. It's got all those mysterious, suspenseful thriller vibes that The Strangers did. Shit's low-toned, real subtle, but it's going to creep under your skin. I feel that coming from this trailer, and I would expect nothing less from this movie when we get a chance to see it. Check it out on the 24th of July. Hopefully you can get your hands on it. Alright, that's it for me today and my fresh frights for July 2020. I am Michael James, the Horror Snob, inviting you to hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date with everything I'll be putting out, including our Final Girl Fridays and Hump Day horror posts. Just a little something to get you through the weekday. If you're feeling frisky, go ahead and hit that hell's bell right next to it as well, so you can be notified whenever these new posts go up. I thank you for tuning in, wish all of you a wonderful night, and we'll catch you next time on The Horror Snob.